Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be solving multi-step equations with distributing. And today's objective, again, to solve multi-step equations that require distributing. All right, we need to distribute here today, use distribution. All right, today's essential question, you'll need this for the homework check. In algebra, what does it mean to distribute? What does that mean? All right, guys, we're going to start today with just a quick review of everything we've kind of done so far. All right? Look, the solution of equation is a value or values of the variable that make the equation true. Right? That's what the solution of an equation means. All right, we use the properties of equality and inverse operations to solve an equation by isolating the variable on one side of the equal sign. Now, multi-step equations are equations that require more than two steps, and that's the ones we're working with here now. All right, and when solving multi-step equations, you often have to combine like terms. All right, and remember, like terms are terms that have exactly the same variable configuration, with the same exponents and everything. Then you can combine them together. If not, you cannot combine them. They're not like terms. All right, sorry guys, I'm at school right now. I'm out in this common area, so this is going to be, we're going to record some other things probably. All right, guys, again, the last part of the review. If like terms are on the same side of the equal sign, just add or subtract them together. All right, which means add or subtract the coefficients together. If the like terms are on opposite sides of the equal sign, then use the properties of equality to combine them together. All right, and inverse operations to combine them together. Now today we're going to look at distribution. Guys, when solving multi-step equations, we often have to use distribution. The purpose is to remove the parentheses from the equation. All right, distribution means something is being separated evenly. All right, it involves distributing either a number or a variable out evenly in math. Again, a pair of parentheses usually signals that something needs to be distributed. If you remember what the distributive property is, you probably learned it back in grade school, actually. Okay, look at the bottom here, this example. This 2 you take and multiply times the 4 and the 3, when the inside has two terms, 4 plus 3, okay? Again, outside the parentheses is multiplied onto everything that's inside the parentheses. That's what distribution does. All right, when you solve an equation with parentheses, I'll slide this down a little bit. Again, the parentheses indicates multiplication. So you use the distributive property to multiply this negative 2 in the front here times the b and times the negative 4. Okay, that's how we get the negative 2b and the positive 8. All right, again, I keep having to stop this video. It's okay, we'll get through it. Guys, look at it. The second line here then, when you have the plus 8, the 8 and the 12 can be combined together. So as you subtract 8 from both sides. All right, then the next step, negative 2b equals 4. Just divide both sides by negative 2 to get the b all by itself. All right, that's what you need to do, get the b all by itself. Now, guys, when solving an equation, sometimes they contain fractions. What you do is you get rid of the fractions by multiplying each term by the least common multiple of the denominators. As an example, here you have a 3 on the denominator and a 2 in the denominator. We're adding these two fractions together. Just multiply everything times 6. Multiply everything times 6. That gets rid of the fraction. So 6 times 2 divided by 3, that's 4. So you have 4x. All right, then 6 divided by 2 is 3. So you have 3x. And 6 times 7, 42. You multiply everything by 6. It keeps the equation in balance. Then it's much simpler. 4x plus 3x gives you the 7x. And divide both sides by 7. Again, when solving an equation that contains fractions, You can clear the fractions by multiplying each term by the least common multiple of the denominators. And we'll practice that. Now, sometimes you get a decimal. All right, so you can get rid of the decimals too by multiplying each term by some power of 10. What you do is you look at the decimals and find the greatest number of digits to the right of the decimal. In this case, it's 2. All right, because of this 0.25 and 0.75, there are 2 digits to the right of the decimal. So multiply everything times 10 to the second power, which is 100. Just multiply everything times 100, which is the same as moving the decimal back 2 points, back 2 places for each term. And once you've done that, now you have whole numbers. All right? 875, 1325, you can put them together by subtracting 875 from both sides. And then you have 50a equals 450. You divide both sides by 50 to get the 9, okay? And guys, we'll go through this. You need to be able to get rid of fractions and decimals. Just to go through the steps here, the first thing you do to solve a multi-step equation is to clear the equation of all the fractions or decimals that are in there. Then you use the distributive property to remove the parentheses. All right, combine like terms on each side. Undo all the addition and subtraction, undo all the multiplication and division, and you'll have it. Guys, next you can look at the homework check now. You can do it at home. We'll look at it in class too. The vocabulary words are listed here, kind of the vocabulary questions. What's distribution? How do we use it? What operation is parentheses? How do we clear a fraction? Or how do we clear a decimal? Those are the 5 things you need to know for the homework check, okay? All right, that's it. Thanks.